She realized that I set my schedule, but it quickly deviates because I allow other people to impose their priorities on me. Everyone is falling victim. I send people voicemail. I do not give people as easy access to me as I used to. That is one of the key takeaways. It's allowed me to stay more on track. Welcome to Leaf Notes, the podcast that helps your business take root and grow. I'm Adria Marshall, seasoned business owner and speaker.
And I'm Sanima Fuka, artist, illustrator, and small business owner.
Join us each week as we take you on a journey through the ups and downs of entrepreneurship. We'll dive into everything from social media strategy to protecting your business.
We'll even answer your burning questions such as, do I need a business plan? Should I form an LLC? Where should I promote my business? And so much more.
Together with our guests, we'll break down these topics into actionable steps, helping you build the business of your dreams.
So whether you're just starting or you're looking to scale, we got you covered.
So go grab your notebooks, your favorite beverage, and cozy up to receive practical insights and inspiration here on Leaf Notes. Let's go make your business dreams a reality. How are you doing? You look a lot better than last week. Last week, man, you weren't even asleep before. There was a lot going on.
There was a lot going on.
You're kind of where I am right now with this Essence Fest thing.
Yeah, now it's like playing catch up with everything, which is good. But yeah, I was really happy to get some sleep and to just do things that I wanted to do. Like over the weekend, I went thrifting with Maya and Jason's sister-in-law, and it was a really good time. Yeah. And I will say, okay, so, and then we'll get into the topic.
No worries.
So I always felt a certain type of way about being the older sister. Like I always felt like, man, why am I not being taken care of? And like everybody else, you know what I mean? Yeah. Like that feeling of like, you have to have that older sister energy. Yeah. So then to be hang out with Maya and Crystal, who are older than me, I felt like I was being taken care of. I felt like a princess. I had a little sister moment, you know what I mean? And it felt really like healing and nice. Mm-hmm. Yeah, because like we would go shopping. I mean, they're dangerous because they'll definitely tell you to get everything. Yeah, you know. Yeah, but overall, yeah. So that was really nice, and then just like sleeping and resting, that's helped a lot. But yeah, thank you for saying I look better because I was looking at some videos. And
it's okay. We all have those moments, man, where we look like what we've been through.
Yeah, but like you don't realize you look that way. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I get it. I've been there for sure, and I'm going. I mean, this Essence thing. Let's talk about it.
Yeah, you're handling it really well.
Thank you very much. I appreciate that, and I agree with you. Considering like there's still things I wish I was balancing better, but when I look at like the fact that we launched our 2-ounce pouches today, like we're staying on track with our product launches, and I think my mental health for the most part is good. My gym and working out is falling off a little bit, but I'm super conscious of it and gonna get back on track. Eating's not trash, so things aren't top tier, but they're not where they definitely could be. Considering everything going on.
You know what we should talk about? Because I realized what we were supposed to talk about, but I kind of want to combine with what we're talking about. We were supposed to be talking about mentorship.
Yeah, we were going to get into that, weren't we? That was one of the topics.
Yeah, but what we can do is talk about, I would like to know, because you just mentioned right now how you've been your eating hasn't fallen off, which is something that I noticed throughout the years would be like one of the first things to fall off. Yeah. And so... like, has your mentor been helping you with that?
It's so fun that you brought it up because I was reading over the notes that she sent me. Shout out to DeBlair, because I sent her an email this morning for us to get our bi-weekly. This is a new relationship, so we just had our kickoff meeting. And it was a killer kickoff meeting. But I realized that we need to get our bi-weeklies on the calendar. So when I looked, so I checked her emails and saw she sent me a recap of the notes from last time. And actually, let me pull those out because they were really good, if I may, because the things that we discussed were really great. And this will give you guys a glimpse into like what I feel like a good mentor should be doing. So we had a great kickoff meeting where she asked me all the right questions. Here we are. I mean, I'm just going to read it. Okay. So the purpose of the meeting is a coaching session to help Adria gain more control over her schedule and balance her personal professional life. Key takeaways. Adria has an illusion of control over her schedule, but it's allowing others to impose their priorities.
So I want you to clarify,
Yes.
because you're just getting into, is this more of a personal mentor?
Yes, this is a personal mentor. And so with eight figure, I have two mentors basically. I have one whose goal is to really get my business into a better place. That's not who DeBlair is. And so that is Jalen.
Okay.
So Jalen understands my roadmap, all my business priorities. She's meeting me at the shop today, meeting me at the farm next week, understands the wholesale priorities that I have, Amazon priorities, working on the website tweaks, all that stuff.
Cool.
DeBlair is making sure that my mental health and the personal side of things is in a position to help support all of my priorities, including the business. So my personal priorities, family priorities, marriage priorities, health priorities, all of those things, because you have to fill your own cup to be able to pour out to others. So that's what this is about. Okay. And so the main thing that she realized is that and we may have touched on this a little bit last time, maybe not, but she realized that I set my schedule, but it quickly deviates because I allow other people to impose their priorities on me.
Yes, and guys, she's been sending us to voicemail. Everyone has been falling victim. Everyone has been falling victim.
Everyone is falling victim. I send people voicemail. I did not give people as easy access to me as I used to. That was one of the key takeaways. It's allowed me to stay more on track. It's funny because each one of those little phone calls really can take you off track. Yeah. And so just responding, is it urgent? 9 times out of 10, it is not, and it can wait. Number 2, she is not fully preparing for the next day or giving herself enough buffer time.
Okay.
That is so true. So I plan each Sunday for the week, right? Yeah. And we can go into as much detail or little detail as you want to. So just let me know if it gets to be.
Oh, no, go ahead.
Okay. So I plan for the week, but I don't at the end of each day say, okay, what did I get done? What did I not get done? And then being really intentional about what's going on the next day. And as a result of that, I would wake up in the morning like, what do I do? What I do? What I do? What I do? What I do?
Just kind of everywhere.
Just kind of everywhere. And it's easy to get sidetracked. But at the end of each day, I look at my schedule for the next day, pull things over if I need to, shift things around, whatever. And then I am like locked and loaded, ready for the next day.
You're like your own little workplace.
I am. Okay. Here we are. So key action items include protecting my 8:30 to 10 a.m. me time. So she really structured my mornings where I get up at 7 o'clock religiously. I do my devotion. Then I go to the garden. And you see I do that religiously now. And then I have breakfast. So that's my stuff. And then I have 8:30 to 10 a.m. me time.
Got it.
So all of that time is for me in the morning. No work related, no phone, no nothing.
So how has the tips that she's given you, like how has it affected your balance and mental health and preparing for Essence Fest and everything?
We can get to Essence Fest for sure, but for on the mental health side, it's made me realize that I have not been making myself a priority. And so now don't be sad. So now I am intentionally making myself a priority every day.
Can we have a button, for the claps and the
yes.
Aww.
Yes.
We should do that, sound effect buttons. But anyway, yes.
So it's so great because I don't wake up in a frenzy each morning like, what do I need to do? What do you need to do? Me is what I need to do. Me is what I need to do. I don't need to check social. I don't need to check email. Me is what I need to do in the morning. And I love that for me so much. I do. So I'm not going to go through all of these things, but there were some specific action items for us to get there. One thing that she noticed is that I spend every Sunday asking you guys what y'all want to eat the week.
I don't get asked.
Well, you should, but you don't. So what I'm going to do is, that's one of my action items, is to get a whiteboard on the refrigerator where you can put down your dinner requests. That's one thing to make, just to streamline processes.
Okay.
Okay, that was one thing. Um, let me see. Setting. So I'm going to. Clearly define the days that I work out and go to the gym. Right. So clearly define Tuesdays and Thursdays as those days, and those days I have my start time of 11 a.m. So anyhow, I was going through all of. So we went through like the high level parts. Then we have the tactical parts. Yeah, even down to one weeknight of quality time with Jonathan.
One weeknight. You only want one weeknight.
We're not currently we're getting no weeknights. We have our bi-weekly date nights, which is great.
Mm-hmm.
But to be able to have like a set day each week where we just go for a walk or watch a movie or hang out, it's going to be important. So anyhow, those things are really great. Setting autoresponders for email.
Oh, that's good.
Yeah, so just some things like that. And at the end, she said, give it time, make adjustments as needed, because she knows I was ready to go in on all the things. So it was really, really great. Really, really, really good. And the lead into Essence Fest. Yes, because we were talking about with everything going on with the Essence Fest, how things are a lot more balanced and I'm not out of control. And that is one of the key reasons for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do you feel like because you have Essence Fest happening, that the other launches that you do feel significantly smaller because Essence Fest is like this big thing that's taking a lot of
No,
effort?
I don't. And I think it's because, and shout out to Corey for his help with this. Each launch and each event has a specific goal. And so it's not that one is more important than the other. Like Essence, the main goal for that is brand recognition and to recoup the money that we spent to put on Essence. So it's not like to make a whole bunch of revenue.
Right. It's more of like getting exposure.
It's getting exposure. And then for the 2 ounce pouches, the main goal for that was because of a frequent customer complaints that the ingredients and directions are not on the little labels. Mm-hmm. And the pouch was my own critique that the bottles are not sustainable as our pouches are. So those were the key two reasons. And it reduces cost because pouches cost less than bottles. Mm-hmm. So those were the key reasons to move to pouches. So because of that, it's not that one launch. I mean, and think about the Silver Sleigh launch. Mm-hmm. The purpose of that launch is to create products that are curated to a certain demographic, right? Mm-hmm. And so because of that, when you look at the three of those launches just as examples in isolation, they don't compete with each other because they have their own goals.
That's cool. So do you do that in your like Q1 planning? Mm-hmm. You just plan what goals you want to like meet and how you're gonna meet them?
I plan what goals. So I do that actually at the beginning of each year. Okay. I look at the previous year. We can have another session on planning too. Mm-hmm. I'll look at the previous year, my goals for the upcoming year. I look at my metrics, and based on metrics, things that I want to do to help move things in the right direction. And then based on that, then I do certain things like certain product launches or whatever, and then measure those things against those metrics.
Oh. Mm-hmm.
This Essence thing, though, let's talk. You want to talk about this? Yes. We can get into this. Should we talk about what Essence is? Mm-hmm. So Essence is a cultural event. I think that's what they call themselves. So it's like a cultural event. And they're known for their concerts. Mm-hmm. Concerts, those sort of events that go on in New Orleans, as you say. Mm-hmm. And it's usually around that July 4th weekend. This year is July 5th through July 7th.
Okay.
So with all of those festivals and concerts that they have during those days, they have vendors to give the attendees shopping experiences, different experiences there as well. So that is why we are going there.
So how did you find it?
It's kind of known in the Black community. I mean, it's been around for 30 years.
Mm-hmm. So did you know you wanted to be a part of it for a while?
I actually tried to be a part of it last year, but it was a big flopping fail because I didn't get accepted until 2 weeks before the event started. Yeah. Because bless my people, and we don't always have the best planning capabilities. So because of that, it was just really impossible for me to plan that this extensive, I mean, think about it. We've been planning this event for 2.5 months, and I'm still scrambling at the last minute, trying to get things done.
I think also it's because it's our EcoSlay's first like real big event.
Yeah.
Because I would imagine that like if you've done big events in the past, at least you wouldn't have to like order things.
Yeah.
Think about what is our setup going to be like for a
Right.
bigger booth instead of it
Yeah.
just being like a table.
Right. True.
So I think it's also like we're scaling
Mhm.
at the same time that we're preparing for this event. So there's a
Yeah.
lot of things you have to figure out. Because I would imagine that like next year, if you, God forbid, you find out 2 years in advance and you do it again, right?
Yeah.
Like at least you're just like, well, let's just put everything in the truck. Like
Yeah.
we have everything, we have our setup.
Yeah, the setup part. Yeah, that's right. I mean, you're right. I mean, it would definitely be helpful when it's not the first time doing this size of an event for sure.
Yeah.
The other things about making the amount of products that we need to make.
Yeah.
Figuring out how to transport all of those products down there and the timing that they have to get there to be loaded in on time for the event. Your crew, so who's going to be there to support you, who's going to be out reaching people and bring them to your booth, who's going to be at the booth ringing up sales, what is your POS system going to look like, what is the flow, like how do you want people to come into your booth and interact with people at your booth. And then we have the salon experience that we're putting together. So then you have to get a stylist, you have to get clients.
It'll be really cool eventually if you have like in-house like everything, like in-house model that you can always like rely on. In-house stylist. You can always, you know what I mean? Like that'll be really cool because it's turning into that kind of thing.
It is turning into that kind of thing.
Because then you have people that you can trust that are reliable and that whose job it is to be a part of these. Would you do more like big events like this?
Let's see how this goes. Yeah. Right. I think let's see how it goes. And then based on that, we'll know.
Because that'll be really cool. Because like, I mean, imagine if you had a similar booth this size at the natural hair thing.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And you like again had those models just like getting their hair done. You know what I mean?
Well, what's interesting? The size of this booth is about the same size as the space we have when we have the table. The booth is not that large.
So like technically
it's 10 by 10.
So technically you could have like a same setup sort of.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Yeah. The only difference is that we're really decking out the walls.
Yeah.
That's the thing. And the ceiling and the flooring and all of that.
I think it's going to be cool.
It's going to be really cute. We'll see. It's going to be a learning experience. And that's why I'm not setting myself up with the goal of making a ton of money. Like the goal of this one is for brand exposure, it's to gain learnings, and to just break even,
Yeah.
That's the goal. And then based on how we do, then we can, kind of tweak those goals going forward. Mm-hmm.
Well, I think it's really, really cool that you're doing because this is big.
It's really
to
big.
The other things you've done.
Yeah.
So I think it's really cool that you're tapping into that, and then you're getting people free concert tickets. Like you're really thinking about all types of things.
Yeah, I need to buy those. Yes. We are. We're trying to think about everything, and to make it a really great experience. And because we're going to be participating in Sustainable Fashion Week later this year, it kind of ties into it nicely because a lot of things that we're doing in this event can be carried over into that event. So that's really helpful. What
are some things that you've learned from just like preparing for this event and everything?
Definitely having a project manager was key. Writing down all the little, and especially because as you brought up, we have a lot of things going on that are outside of this event. So just being able to manage everything. So shout out to Monday. We use Monday as our project management tool, I guess you could call it. So we put all of our tasks in there. We're able to assign tasks to our team members and see where everything is and help us stay on track. So that's been super clutch. So that's one thing, definitely. I think also the bi-weekly meetings that we've been having with our team has been helpful. So just make sure that everybody's on track, that we're not missing anything. That has been helpful as well. Having you do the booth layout, like I would imagine, I don't know how many people do that. Maybe a lot of people do that. But Sydney's a graphic designer, so she did a sketch of our entire booth. So then all I had to do was just to go shopping based on the sketch. So that made it a lot easier versus me just trying to think of what I could possibly need. Having it there, then like, okay, we can go buy that, and then it was just done.
Mhm.
So that was really, really helpful as well. Definitely setting the goals up front, because if you set your goals up front, that will kind of tailor the rest of the experience. So since our goal was brain exposure and for gaining experience, that kind of set the tone of what we're trying to do, and it took the pressure off of ourselves also.
Mhm.
So that was really good. We also pulled learnings from previous events. So one thing that we noticed is that the area of improvement from our previous events was capturing email addresses to be able to utilize that in the future.
Mhm.
So what we did differently this time, instead of just using like a sign up sheet, a Google form, and Stripe, is we're using the Shopify POS system. So that way, when people sign up or click on the QR code or whatever, they enter their information, it goes straight into Shopify. So we have that contact information there.
That's really cool.
So that's really cool. And then we can tag them with Essence. We know like everyone who went to Essence, so we can hit them up with email communications, text messages later, and that. So I definitely think no matter how small your events were previously, being able to pull those learnings, that's what's really important. Corey's great about this, about capturing learnings from each sale, from each event, so that we can learn from those and put those into future events.
Super cool.
Mhm.
I can't wait to see like how everything
Yeah,
comes
me
together.
too. I'm excited. I'm sleepy already.
Yeah.
Just because it's just been a lot of work, but having a really good team, that's another thing. Like I don't know how many people other brands are bringing down, but we have a pretty extensive team. I think we're up to like 12 people
12
coming.
people. Before it was 11. You added another one.
Yes. And I am appreciative of it.
Yeah.
So that not everything is falling on me. And what Corey is doing a really good job of also is putting together a training plan. So everybody knows their roles and responsibilities. So the goal was, as DeBlair told me, the goal is for no one to have to come to me to say, okay, what do we do now? So
everybody has their list.
Everybody has a list of things. Everyone knows what they should be doing. So not as much pressure is put on me at the event. Yeah.
That sounds really good.
It's good.
I feel like this is really cool.
Yeah, so maybe something that would be cool to do is to show you guys how we're using Monday to actually plan the event.
Yeah.
That may be helpful. I wouldn't mind walking everybody through. They can see like how we tag people in Monday, how we like upload your sketches and things like that. How people can collaborate in Monday as well. And then I'll be curious for any of you guys who are using Monday, because Monday is pretty extensive. You can have lots of plugins and apps in there also. And you can integrate Google Sheets, the whole Google Suite in there. So I'll be curious to see, since Monday's not a new tool, if any of you guys are using Monday, your favorite tips on how to use it, your favorite plugins and integrations. I'll be curious to see that also.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Or even if you use another like project management app, if that how that works for you guys. And
yes, I'm glad you brought that up, because before we decided on Monday, we actually evaluated several tools. Several tools. I can't even remember all of their names. We evaluated Basecamp. I remember that. Asana is another tool. We evaluated Asana. I think those were the two main ones. There was another one thrown in there also. So yeah, we went through some evaluations too, because one of the key things that we wanted, which I love so much about Monday, is a Google Calendar integration. So you can have your tasks showing up, because I'm calendar driven. So any tasks that are assigned to you can show up on your Google Calendar. That way you can get the notifications and know exactly what you need to be working on. So it kind of feeds my project management. So yeah.
Well, that's super cool.
So why don't you talk about it? Because you have pre and post Monday experience with me assigning you tasks.
Oh, yes.
What do you think?
I think it's cool. I haven't done the calendar integration.
Have you not?
No, so I think that
yeah, you should do that. I'll show you how to do it.
I think it's really cool. I really like that you get email notifications when someone like tags you or asks you about something. So I know when someone's asking about a certain project or something. But I would
Yeah.
imagine that the Google Calendar would be nice. But I also like that I can like upload links and files to things.
Mhm.
And then it's really satisfying to hit complete when I complete a task.
Yeah, and it has a good app too, so it works
Mhm.
well on your phone as well as on your
Oh, yeah.
desktop.
That's all that I use is the app.
Mhm.
So, but yeah, so I think it's a really, as someone who's just, using it, I think it's really good. I like the app. I don't really
Yeah.
have much. I think I only thing I had it to compare to was probably like from a while ago, Todoist, which
Yeah.
was very more like a long list of
It's a long list of
things
things. It's so
versus
different.
versus like I like how organized it is, how each project is organized, and
Yeah.
how you can tell who's working on what. So it's really nice.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Cool. Yeah. So what I'll do is I'll show you the calendar integration, and then I'll show you guys how we have Essence Fest organized in Monday, and alongside with our other tasks as well. And would just be curious to get your feedback. One thing that I wanted to do, me and Corey were kind of playing around with it, is that you can have a master view of all of your projects and kind of see how everything is lining up, and that would be kind of cool too. So that way you can kind of see there's an overlap with Sustainable Fashion Week, for instance, with the release of a new product. And so that would be over allocating you, for instance, on like two different things, and that would be cool to see. So that's something that we're working on putting together.
Ooh, okay, yay. Well,
Is that it?
I don't know if I have anything else I wanted to talk about. I enjoyed hearing about your experience with Essence.
Yeah.
I mean, so your advice to anyone who would do something like Essence, would it just be to have a really good plan, to plan your goals in advance?
Plan your goals in advance for sure. Um, I would recommend either a project manager or project management software for sure.
Do you think it is possible for a small business to do it by themselves? No, right?
Again, I think I'll know more once the event actually
Happens.
happens. But I think the thing about an event like Essence, so far in my experience, where you're traveling out of town to go somewhere, so you think about how costly the travel fees are
Yeah.
for all of your staff. So because of that, you definitely want to make it worth your while. You definitely want to make sure that your goals are in alignment, right? And that you're not going to go broke over this sort of event. I think it would be different if it was a local event like Sustainable Fashion Week. Although it's a pretty big event, it's here in Atlanta, so travel isn't that
Crazy.
It's not that big of a deal. So I think it just depends. I think a small brand could definitely maybe do it if they could streamline their costs, and maybe if it was a local event or they had done something like that before and they have a good handle on how to put on those events. It would be I think I would recommend a smaller brand to go and attend the event first.
Yeah.
And kind of see what it's about.
You can also ask other people about their experiences.
Exactly. And ask other people about their experiences. One thing about Essence that's really cool is that we have a Slack channel, and a lot of the people in the channel had attended the event in prior years. So we can ask them about how things work. Like a lot of them were able to send us videos of the load-in process. So now we have an idea of what that's like.
Yeah.
And that's really helpful.
Yeah, that sounds like it because like the thing is, I've seen artists like travel to do like conventions and stuff. So I know that but it's not like a whole like how do I put it? It's not as big of a space as it seems like you have at Essence, where you're trying to deck out a whole little room.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's more of like they have like their booth set up, but it's not. So I feel like Essence just, I'm not sure if there's like different options where you can just have like a little booth, or if everybody is in that same size that you're in.
I think our booth is a smaller size.
Yeah.
I do think. I mean, they're larger booths. Like ours is a 10x10. You can get 10x20, and then just up from there.
Yeah. So it seems like it's a very like extravagant.
It is.
event.
And when you think about the dates we're going to be there from the 2nd through the 8th.
Yeah.
So I mean, it's going to be like almost a week long. week-long event. Yeah.
Well, I'm sure it's going to go well. And it's really cool that, like, how the Black community will be able to, more people will be able to come across your brand. And who knows?
Yeah.
You might come across people who already use your products.
I
too.
hope so. I
Yeah.
hope so. I'm looking forward to it.
Yeah, I'm excited. And then we want updates.
I'll give you guys all the updates. We do definitely a part 2. Lessons learned, things that we would do differently, things that we plan to do if we plan to go again, and things that we plan to incorporate into future events.
Sounds good. Yeah. Yep. Also, would you recommend, I guess since you make your income primarily through like wholesales and like sales and stuff like that, would you, I guess from your previous experience, I know Essence won't really be able to count, but would you recommend that as like a stream of income for a small business?
Again, I think I'll know more based on the sales that are brought in and then seeing the potential. I know that they're expecting upwards of 500,000 people to be there. Everyone that I've spoken to said that they make back their money.
Oh, okay.
So I think it could be a stream of income. I do. One thing that's really helpful that I'll share too. So what we did, shout out to Corey again, we tallied up the costs at that time. I'm sure we're over that cost now, but we tallied up the cost of what it's costing us to be down there. And then based on that, we use that number to set our product prices. And then we have goals for each day, sales goals for each day.
So do you raise the prices?
No, we didn't raise the prices, but we were like, okay, well then based on what we need to sell, then let's bring these products.
Got
See?
it. Yeah.
Let's bring it, because we actually, I mean, everything's on sale because it's, guess what's what you do with these sort of festivals. So things are on sale, but we wanted to be like really strategic in how we set our prices and how we set the price pairings, like buy one for this price, give 3 for this. You're saying?
Yeah.
And offering like even our raffle tickets that we are saying that you can get like for every $5 you spend, you get another raffle ticket. So like those incentives to get people to spend more. And then, like I was saying, we have sales goals, and then based on that, we know like how many of each product that we want to sell to.
Do you have like set inventory for each day so you don't get to the third day and just be out of all of your products?
No, because what we're going to do if we run out is that we're going to offer free shipping.
Okay.
We are trying. We definitely want to make sales, and so I don't want to stop selling on day 1, and then like on day 2, like where are the people?
No, that makes sense. I just they want your shelves to be empty.
We definitely do, and that's one thing that was kind of tricky too, is trying to plan the amount of stuff to bring, because you just don't know.
Yeah, I guess it's better to just overcompensate.
Yeah, so we're trying to definitely bring down as much as possible, but we don't want to stop selling on any one day.
Okay. Yeah. I mean, that makes sense.
Yeah, so definitely offering the free, when we're sold out on something, offering free shipping back to them, I think is the best route.
Fair enough.
Yep.
And then they'll get the price like
the same price. Yeah, exactly.
So yeah,
exactly.
Okay.
That's it. And I think the nerve-wracking part is because this is our first time doing an event of the scale, it's just the possible things that we could be forgetting,
At least as long as you got your card reader, your products, I guess
yeah, the rest is gravy.
Yeah, the rest is gravy. You can work around the rest.
Yeah.
Even if you didn't have your card reader, hey, you do Cash App.
We Corey decided, we're doing card reader, we're doing Cash App,
Zelle, everybody takes.
Him to add Venmo on there too.
People do Venmo. A lot of people do Venmo.
I'll get him to add Venmo on there also. But yeah,
you have QR codes for them. That's just scan.
QR codes for everything. That's what we're doing.
So I mean, because then that will also make it easier for people to have self-serve, not self-serve, but if Corey, let's say, is reading someone else's card, but someone else is ready to check out,
right?
Scan the QR code,
right?
You can tell them how much it is. Exactly. Handle the flow a little bit.
Yeah,
but I'm excited.
I'm excited too. I am excited too. I think what I'm gonna do is next week. I think I'm going to just kind of set aside maybe a whole day with just no other tasks, maybe 2 days with just no other tasks other than Essence.
Oh,
just really be able to kind of comb through it all.
Yeah, because that's that'll be 2 weeks until the event.
Yep, so that's still be enough time to go do things if I need to go, things I forgot. But just really be able to comb through every little detail and see. Yeah.
I think it's going to be great.
I think it's going to be great too.
Yep.
Yeah.
All right. Well, any final words?
No. I'm excited to share with you guys how it went and lessons learned.
I'm excited to see.
Yeah. All right. Bye. Thank you for listening to Leaf Notes. If you're watching on YouTube, drop a comment below and let us know what your takeaway was. Or if you're listening, take a screenshot, post on social media with your takeaway. This will help us reach more small business owners just like yourself. If you would like to leave us a review, head over to your favorite podcast app and drop that 5-star rating. Your feedback helps others find our show. And until next time, we hope your business takes root and grows.